Hello everyone, here we are again, off for another one of our days out. We are going today down to, actually very close to the New South Wales border. I think we're about 1 kilometre off the New South Wales border to a place called Twin Falls, which is, as the name sounds, waterfalls. So we are going to, I think it's Tallanbanna picnic area. From where it starts, it's about a 4.3 kilometre walk. It takes in 2 or 3 falls and a few other exciting features, which we'll see when we get there.
According to what I've seen. Water there.
Let's hope there's water. Yeah.
Let's hope there's water there this week.
Yeah. Right, it's about 1 hour and 25 minutes down the motorway, so we better get cracking. On our way to Twin Falls. Yeah. We passed this beautiful drive, past a lot of water, and we thought, oh, we don't know what that is. So there was a boat ramp, so we thought we'll call in and see. And it's actually the Hinds Dam, which, if you look behind, this is a map. So we are currently here. There is a day use area over here, and then all this waterway, which I'll show you. See if we can grab a little bit of it. It's actually beautiful scenery. That's the boat ramp launch area, and there is up this little path here. There's a paddlecraft launch point. So we'll go and have a look at that.
Let's go and have a look.
Yeah, so we might be able to bring the kayaks down here. It's a fair way though. What, about an hour? It's taking us about an hour to here. Maybe a little bit less. We got down to the paddlecraft launch area. And this is absolutely fantastic.
It's beautiful. It's stunning. What a find.
Yeah, I think we'll try and come here at some stage. But again, there are always warning signs. Wherever we go, it's like sharks or something else.
Yes.
Now, we've got a warning sign here. It's got no swimming, boating, traffic, submerged, but the one that gets me is suction pipe. Just paddling along in your canoe or your kayak, and then all of a sudden you get sucked into this big pipe and so I think this is it. I think I've just seen it. Look, I think that's a suction pipe. Okay, well, we might take our chance. We'll see. Yeah. We might take our chance.
Let's get going.
Springbrook National Park, Tallanbanna picnic area. This is where we're going to stop and have some lunch. So we'll walk down a little path, and there's a little area here which has got a roof on it with some seats in, and then some steps.
Little walkways going on with seating areas on all different levels. It's very attractive. Now I'm in a bit of a dilemma because we've stopped for lunch, and I have brought some little sachets of salt to go on our lunch. And Robert tells me that we're actually going to be walking behind the waterfalls, and there's a risk of getting leeches, and that I should save the salt to get the leeches off. Don't like the sound of that, but anyway.
It's better than a pipe sucking you under the water in a dam.
I think I'm going to use my salt on my lunch then.
This is a picnic area, but it's a few benches set amongst the trees, which is absolutely delightful. It's beautiful because you've got your privacy. There are quite a few, but you sat on your own bench. We had no problem finding one, although the car park is full and the road is pretty full of cars as well.
But they're all snuck round little corners and
they
things?
Are, yeah.
So you're not all in one big area?
Yeah, you just sort of like walk down the path.
And it's shady.
So we are now very close to the New South Wales border. We're about 1 kilometre, I think. Here we're about maybe 1.1, 1.2 kilometres away from the border. So we had better make sure we stay on the track, because if we accidentally wander off the track and wander into New South Wales, 2 weeks quarantine for us.
Yeah, we won't be able to come back.
All right, we'll go and have a look at the, we'll get our boots on, and we'll go and have a look at the tracks. And the one we're doing is the Twin Falls. I'm told we should do it anti-clockwise, because that way you go down the steps instead of having to go up the steps. So yeah, we'll give that one
now
a
if
go.
you're confused about that,
Don't
so
see
was
why
I.
they would be. Why would they be confused?
Because if you go, there's not a choice. If you're going to go from A to B, and B, you're at A, and B requires you to go down steps, it doesn't matter which direction you go, you've still got to go down steps. You can't go up steps because B hasn't changed position. So what Robert actually means is you have a choice of going down a slope and up the steps, or up the slope and down the steps. Not you have a choice of going up the steps or down the steps because you change direction.
Yeah, no, it's a circuit. It's a big loop. Anyway, there we go. Obviously, it's my fault. I take full responsibility for failing to explain it in a way that you could understand.
Thank you.
So, anyway, let's. Time is going on. I anticipate this will probably take us a couple of hours. It's 4.3 kilometres, but we've got a couple of falls to look at, and there's a couple of other things, and we'd like to take some pictures. And, so, what's that?
Oh, we've just had the colourful lorikeets. Really, really colourful. Just gone right over.
They're beautiful birds.
Absolutely spectacular.
This is the map of the various walks that we can do here. So let's have a look. So we are here, Tallanbanna. What we're going to do is we're going to do this walk here, the Twin Falls circuit from Tallanbanna. Grade 3 walk, 4.2 kilometres, recommended 2 hours. If I zoom in here, so we start at Tallanbanna, we're going to the top of Twin Falls, walk down to the base of Twin Falls, and then up to Blackfellow Falls, and I think we can walk front and back of those. They're the ones where we're possibly going to get wet. Canyon lookout back to Tallanbanna. That's the one we're going to do today.
On the sign it gives us a list of things you should do. Do yourself a favour. So we've got wear comfortable ankle supporting footwear, tick. Take water per person, tick. Carry a raincoat, tick. We've each got our raincoats today. Be sun smart and wear sunscreen and your hats, yes. Avoid bites, stings and scratches. Use your insect repellent. We've done all those things.
How good are we?
The top one though says leaves plenty of time. This says 6 o'clock in the morning.
Don't think it does.
It's 6.
6 hours. It's just an indication. It doesn't mean anything at all. It's just...
I think it says 6 o'clock in the morning. Leave plenty of time. Don't want to be walking in the dark. We've kind of left it again. It's now the afternoon, but we think
it's
we've
20 past 2. It's a 2 hour walk. Even if we take 3 hours, that's only 20 past 5. It doesn't go dark till 6.
Somebody's very argumentative.
No, we're all good.
Okay.
Trouble is, which way do we go?
I think
Down this way?
this way.
There. Okay, well, off we go then.
Okay.
We're only a few metres down the track, and once again we've come to an ominous warning sign. Warning, Achtung, sheer cliffs ahead. Wherever we go, we seem to come across warning sharks, suction pipes, and now sheer cliffs. Oh well, we'll just take care. We're 260 metres down the track, and we've come to now the circuit. So there's a little walk in, and then there's the circuit. So you can go clockwise, which I assume is round this way, Canyon Lookout and Car Park, 540 metres, or Twin Falls this way, 850 metres, which is the anti-clockwise. Over this little bridge, I think this is, and it's not signposted, but I think this is the top of Twin Falls, because we've got over here, there's one stream, and then over to the left here is another stream of water, and I think this is the Twin Falls going over the edge that I think you can probably just see over there. It's a fairly steep drop, although it's away from the path of it, but there are railings all the way along here anyway. So yeah, the council have done a really good job of well, that's quite close to the edge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody had to work pretty close to the edge here to put these in. This wouldn't have been easy.
Yeah.
One good storm and that would be down. We need a sledge. sit on it and just slide down. Yeah.
So I've come across some overhanging rocks here that's sort of a little tunnel to walk through. Oh, watch your head there, that's a bit low.
Oh my goodness, look at this. This is like something out of Indiana Jones.
Is this where we go?
Yes, this is where we go. There. We have to squeeze down that path. Oh my goodness. That is scary. Wow. Oh my goodness, and there's no railings down here.
Don't fall off then. On our way to the base of the falls here now. We're about 800 metres from the start. So this is the base of the Twin Falls. There's not too much water coming down, but yeah. Wow.
On these walks, we normally like to mention something about the flora and fauna and how it's different in each location we're in. This is very rainforesty, and we're very high up as well. And we have noticed that there's a lot of older plants here, so we've got a lot of ferns, as you can see here, which we haven't come across in a lot of the other walks that we've had. And we're presuming it's like that because it's very wet, obviously, here because of the waterfalls and because you've got very high canopy with the treetops. So if you can sort of look up a little bit, we've got this beautiful tree canopy, lots of diverse trees. And also up here, which is unusual, it's different than any of the other places we've been to, is we have epiphytes, we think they're called. And so these are plants like orchids that grow off other plant life, other matter and other trees, and they don't draw the nutrients from those trees, so they're not parasitical like what would be a parasitical mistletoe is a parasitical plant. So they're not like that, although they live off other trees and plants, and they draw their nutrients from the surrounding air and from the sunlight. And yeah, so we've got that different sort of plant life up here. Okay.
We have come to another marker. It says Twin Falls 280 metres. In actual fact, we've actually only done 1.1 kilometres. We're round about the falls. I don't think the last part we were at was actually the base of the falls, and we met some people walking further down who said there is there's a track that runs behind the falls. So we'll carry on down here, and maybe that's where that is.
We've just come down a little bit further, and we can hear water. So we'll just be quiet for a minute and see if you can hear it. Sounds like rain. So we think we're getting close to a bigger waterfall.
Oh,
let's go and see.
Okay. We've come across another signpost. I've got to say that it's quite well signposted, this track. So we can go up a little bit here, Twin Falls via a cave, or down a little bit, Twin Falls via the creek. On our way down, as I just said before, there's a gentleman who said go via the cave. So we'll take his advice and we'll go via the cave. We might even have a look at the creek if we've got time. We'll see.
Oh.
Okay. Here's a cave.
Here's another cave. They really are spectacular, especially that we can walk through them. Wow. No, I don't think so. I think it's That was spectacular.
Good choice, better than the creek.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't seen the creek, but I assume so.
Really good.
We're about a third of the way through this walk now, and we've come across the pool and the falls. This makes a bit more sense. We've kept saying we're here at Twin Falls, and because there were sort of two falls, and then we come across a sign which says Twin Falls this way, and it makes a lot more sense that those weren't actually Twin Falls, and we are now at Twin Falls, I believe. So you can walk all the way behind this waterfall, and hello. Doesn't look like you're getting wet at all. She can't hear me, but it doesn't look like she's getting wet at all. It's quite away from the falls actually, so I suspect not. Seems like there's another little fall here. At the bottom of the falls we've got, there we go, a little blue tongue. I think he's a blue tongue anyway. Just hanging out in the sunshine. That is pretty spectacular. And another marker. Blackfellow Falls, 1.3 kilometres. Then we go to the Canyon Lookout and Car Park, 2.6 kilometres. So we're not quite halfway through this walk yet. And as usual, we're taking a lot longer than it says we should. Across a little bridge and we come across some more falls. There are plenty of waterfalls to see on this walk.
This magnificent tree you can see here is called a Strangler Fig. And it starts out life as a young seedling on another tree, and it slowly grows off that other tree, getting bigger and bigger, sucking the life out of its host tree and eventually strangling it like some horror film. And the original tree, the host tree, dies off, and then you end up with this strangler tree, the Strangler Fig. Look how magnificent that's grown. It's like a vampire feasting off another tree.
Sounds like something out of a horror story.
It does, but it's a magnificent tree. We've just walked around the other side of the Strangulation Fig, and I just wanted Strangler Fig. Strangulation. We've just walked around
Homicide fig. Murderer fig. Cold-blooded killer fig.
Well, it is, because we've walked down the side of it, and just have a look at those arms. It's like its legs, but its roots wrapping itself around. Can you see it? It's the far one. I don't know whether you can zoom in any further.
I'll try.
But it is like some murder tree that's got wrapped itself around the host and just sucked the life out of it.
Let's get out of here.
Okay.
This is creepy. It's an overhanging rock with a little seat to take a rest. How cool is that? This is quite an overhanging rock that you walk under.
Quite the bush shelter.
Yeah, I think you'll be waiting a little while for a bus to come along.
I think so.
Walk on!
Walk on.
It's quite a narrow path around here actually. Not a big fall, it's not a big drop off, but it's quite a narrow path to walk. I'm prone to banging my head, and if I bang my head on something as I'm walking through here, it'll quite easily knock me off balance.
I'm still smiling, but we are going down. So we'll see.
We are 3 kilometres onto this walk now. To be honest with you, I thought we would have come across Blackfellow Falls roundabout any time now, but I can't hear anything.
I can hear
water. Wait a minute.
I can hear water.
I think we can, yes.
We've just stopped past a sign that asked you to stop, look, listen to the sights and the smells of this area, and it's been quite spectacular on this walk. The one thing I had noticed though, before the sign even asked us to do it, was the absence of any smells, any aroma at all. Normally on these walks you can smell the trees, you can smell the damp, you can smell the undergrowth, the vegetation where it's sort of rotting. You get that really lovely kind of musky smell.
Yeah.
There is nothing.
No.
It's not unpleasant, but there is actually nothing. It is just completely fresh air. Yes, it is beautiful. Let's head to that sound.
Feel the serenity.
Yes.
Feel the serenity. Oh wow. I just turned the corner. Oh, here we are. At another waterfall. What does the sign say out?
Oh, you can walk behind it if you were brave enough.
Twin Falls Circuit. This is Blackfellow Falls. Yes. So this is Blackfellow Falls. So there's a path behind here. Two chaps have just gone there and they say that you don't get wet. So
Apart from this bit here.
apart from the first bit. Oh yeah. See how we go. What's the step though up? Oh, cold water. Wow, that was very refreshing.
Oh, we didn't need the max. So I mean, it's a little bit wet, but
That's why we've got cats on.
yeah, nothing that won't dry out too soon.
No.
That is just beautiful. That was lovely.
That was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Have another look.
What would make the perfect romantic end to walking under that waterfall would be to have a little swimming hole.
I thought you were going to say picnic.
Well, a picnic and
Underneath
a swimming
the waterfall.
hole. Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely magnificent.
And if cliff edges was not enough to be worried about and have warning.
Sucking pipes.
Sucking pipes and
murdering fig trees.
That's right, homicidal fig trees. Oh, what have we got here?
It says
warning. Stinging trees.
They'll cause a painful sting. What do they look like then? So they
look a bit nettly.
They're like an ivy shape.
Yeah.
I think.
Could be. We'll keep an eye out for them. I don't want to be
10
stung.
centimetres. So.
Yeah.
Okay. If you were going to make a film and create a film set of a forest, of a lush tropical forest, this would be it. It's probably one of the most perfect tropical forests I've seen. So interesting and quirky and
that's actually, you're absolutely right. There's like, you don't walk very far before you find something else. It's like another waterfall or a tree with a hole in it, or a cave, or an overhang rock. Because you know, it's not, you're not sort of walking along for long periods of time before you come across something new and different.
Mm.
We've come across a little bridge. And oh, actually, no, this is more than a little bridge. Wow. Okay. So on this side there's a little pool, and then when we turn over, we're obviously at the top of a waterfall, but wow, Did not expect to see this. So from here, and again, I'm not sure whether this will pick it up, but we can see the whole of the Gold Coast region. I'm not sure which, this might be the top Blackfellow Falls. Not really sure. Doesn't seem to be, actually there doesn't seem to be that much water going over for it to be Blackfellow Falls, but we can see that, we can see the tall buildings, the high-rise buildings of the Gold Coast here, uninterrupted through the valleys. This is a fabulous, what a fabulous view. And well, actually the top of the waterfall looks a bit scary because there's a big drop on the other side. I would not want to get too much closer, I don't think, than this. And some steps to further up, but I did not expect to come across this just straight out of the rainforest.
That was a gasp moment. We came around the corner and went,
Wow.
It's like somebody's cleared this whole area for us just to get this view.
Now, we've got there is actually a lookout further up here, Canyon Lookout, and I suspect this is the view that we're going to see.
Yes.
I suspect this is the view we're going to see. So whether it can be any better than this or not, we'll find out. So all the literature said, go anti-clockwise, and then you'll go down the steps rather than up the steps. But we've come up a few, and I'm looking here, and there is still more. So I don't know. I think somebody's having us on. The next little opening that we've come to, again, does not disappoint. We have cliff face, and across the valley there, more cliffs. It's it's a bit Blue Mountains-ish. Looks a bit like the Blue Mountains in Sydney, with those cliffs and then the valleys below with all the trees. I take it this is Canyon Lookout.
Wow.
Yeah, I can see why this is called Canyon Lookout. What a fabulous view.
Simply amazing. It is quite misty. I think it's more to do with the number of trees, and it has their own ecosystem, because if you look further down there you can see in between each of the valleys it gets more misty, and right over there it's spectacular.
So just leaving Canyon Lookout, and I believe that we are now almost back at the car park, or not the car park, sorry, almost back at the little feeder road that leads into this circuit, which I think is not too far away from here. I am getting tinglies just walking close to this. That is a long way down.
So we've actually now found where broccoli grows. If you just look over the side here with me, you'll be able to see giant broccoli trees. Oh my goodness, that's making my stomach flip. Oh,
I'm back.
Robert just had the camera overhanging, and it actually, you'd think it was my child that he was hanging over the edge. My whole stomach just went, woo!
I feel about my cameras the same way. So, it looks like a big mistake again, same as Twin Falls. So we're here, we're at Twin Falls. Oh no, we're not, and then there's another one. So we thought we were at Canyon Lookout, the last lookout, and then we've come across another lookout. And the map says this one is actually Canyon Lookout. So here's the view from Canyon Lookout. In actual fact, it's not that different because it's just a bit further down the pathway. But I preferred the other one. It had little steps leading up to it. It's more like an amphitheatre type thing.
You can hear the waterfalls though from here.
You can.
I don't think you could hear them just further, a little bit further
No.
down. When you looked at the view of, when we just looked over the canyon then, I'm incredibly proud that we actually went round there to the bottom of those waterfalls. So it doesn't sound very far, but that is an incredible journey we have just had. And we haven't finished yet, but yeah.
840 metres back to the car park.
Right, hop, skip and a jump. We want to get you down the hill in the car. We want to go down the hill in the car before it's dark because it's very windy and there were parts where it actually had no sides to either side of that road. Yes, it was scary.
Let's go then.
Robert asked a lady who was walking behind us whether she was going to the car park or down to the falls, and she said yes. And he went, well, which one is it?
That could have sounded a bit rude, didn't it?
And it did sound very abrupt, and she kind of went, which one is it? Anyway, the husband said, I think we're going down to the falls as well. And she said, no, we're definitely heading for the car park.
All right. Keep going then.
We're hoping she's right. We've just stopped by this little sign here that says Aboriginal names and meanings. And there must be about 25, 30 names there. My favourite name of all is Wunburra. Wunburra. Do you want to tell everybody what it means, Robert?
Run uphill hunting dog. Is that?
Run uphill.
I mean, it's got two meanings. It's like a word for a hunting dog, and it's also the word to run up a hill.
Oh, it might do. Clever you. I thought it was the whole thing. I thought, what a word.
Well, no, I don't know, because further up, there's Naminbar, means hold tight hunting dog.
I think
we'll have to research this.
Yes, I think that's what it means. It's like run uphill with your hunting dog and hold tight to your hunting dog. I think it must have a specific meaning. Anyway, I'm just saying.
We'll research this.
Yeah, yeah.
Because at the moment, it's a Bujaruma.
That's a mystery. Very good.
And this is where we joined the circuit. That's the little bridge we went over to start with. And back up to the picnic area car park. 300 metres up the path.
300 metres this way.
Okay, so we're back at the picnic area, back at the car park. The car park has emptied out somewhat, as might be expected, as it's nearly 5:30. So, wow, that was supposed to be, its builders really sort of one of the best walks around this area. But seriously, there's this, you think you finished and then you find something else. Although we did get a bit confused over which the falls were and which the lookouts were. But I think
we worked it
out in the end, didn't we? We worked it out. It all adds to the fun of it. So anyway, we are about to head off home. We've no sunset at the moment, but we do want to get on the road before the sunset because we've got that windy road to go down. So we might have to pass on the sunset today.
We might.
Unless you can grab one out of the car window.
I will hold the camera and see if I can get one. So we're going to rate this today.
Yep.
And I am going to rate this.
And there's one. There's two. I can't put both thumbs up at the same time because I'm holding the camera.
It's
a two-thumber. Definitely a two-thumber. Absolutely.
Yeah, perfect day.
Recommend this to anybody.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
See you later.
Bye.